Well, we're watching Andrew go under the bridge aboard the state of Michigan. We're at the Blue Water Bridge right now. Andrew's on his first voyage. He's up on the bow, one of the guys up on the front there. Pretty cool. Yeah, right up here it's fun because the ship has to turn left. See how he's sliding sideways? The current's like taking the ship to the right as they turn left. The Huron slide. After hanging out in Port Huron for a couple days and watching Andrew go under the Blue Water Bridge in the state of Michigan, we set sail from River Street Marina in Port Huron to Port Sanilac. And it's a 30 nautical mile trip. After leaving the marina in Port Huron, we went under 2 drawbridges and made our way out onto the St. Clair River. Then, as we started working our way up the St. Clair River, we went under the Blue Water Bridge, and that's always a lot of fun because the current is really strong under the bridge, and you really need to hug close to the Canadian side, pretty much as close to shore as you can. If you try to go right down the middle with that strong current, you'll never make it. Then after getting out of the river and getting out onto Lake Huron, we had a beautiful tailwind that blew us the rest of the way up to Port Sanilac.
Okay, we're just about to cross under the Blue Water Bridge. We're currently going 6.5 knots. But as we approach the bridge, we anticipate we're going to be going a lot slower. Generally, we can't go faster than the people that are walking along the side. Going downbound is always fun because you just go flying through the current.
Well, here's the edge of the current right here, Mary. About the edge.
Oh my. Now we're at 3 knots. Under the bridge right now. At 1.5 knots. So we'll be here for a little bit. Medicine Museum and Freighter Restaurant. This is the Canadian side.
This is when the people walking on shore are passing you up.
With their canes.
Well, we're going 1.4 now.
We're almost out from under the bridge. Going under the last span.
Well, we're finally out of the clutches of the river and its current. We have a beautiful tailwind, and we're leaving Port Huron behind with the bridge on the horizon. And very favorable sailing conditions, nice seas. And right now we got the sails up. We're going wing and wing. We're on our way down the Huron Cut right now. Yeah, it looks like we got maybe 8 knots of wind on our tail, and we're doing, you know, maybe 3.8 knots. Just sailing up the cut right now. As soon as we get to the end of the cut, we'll change our course and head straight for Port Sanilac, and probably get there around lunchtime sometime. Mary's enjoying her day of sailing, especially when the conditions are so perfect like this. It's nice to be out on the water. Well, we're about 2 hours out from Port Sanilac right now. We still have a nice, perfect breeze with calm seas. Mary, what's our speed right now?
4.5.
We're doing about 4.5 knots, and what are we gonna get there, like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? Yeah, so we're
2:30. It's almost
2, okay, around 2:30. And on the, can't really see too well, but on the shore over there is Lexington. And of course Port Sanilac is kind of out of sight up there. It's a little bit foggy. And there's a freighter on the horizon out there. Kaministiqua, I think was its name. And the Honorable James Overstar just is headed south. Actually, there's quite a parade of freighters heading down the river, or down the lake this morning. Mary's getting a little experience at the helm. There's kind of a lot to do when you're heading downwind. She's keeping us on our correct course, but also when you're heading downwind like this, you have to watch out for the jibe, because if the wind starts coming around from the left too much, it could push the main off to the right and possibly cause some damage. So she's keeping an eye on the meter that shows our wind direction here, and as long as that needle is to the right a little bit, that means the wind is coming from the right. But if that needle moves back around like down here somewhere, then that could cause a jibe. So she's keeping an eye on that and keeping us on our correct heading. Water temperature 56 degrees. So we'll probably swim when we get to Port Sanilac. Not really. Our GPS speed is 4.3 knots, so we're not flying, but we're making perfectly fine time, because the boat would always rather sail than motor. So as long as we're making at least 3 knots, usually we like to just sail rather than start the motor if we can.